Hello and welcome to another War Thunder replay. I had to show you this. I've just finished the game, and I loaded up the replay because I just wanted to show you guys. Okay, so this is the KV-2, the great and powerful KV-2, with the 152mm cannon. I don't even know what the Russians were thinking when they made this, but I'm glad they made it. So this is Break Poland map. This is arcade, because arcade is the easiest to kind of grind experience or research points, as they're called. Easiest way to grind research points in the game that I've found. Realistic can be so either one-sided or one-sided for the Russians and the Americans, which is great when you're playing the Russians like this, but at this sort of tier you're coming up to stronger and stronger German tanks. I was thinking of going up there, but then the KV-2's slow. I'm not going to bother. I was not going to bother going up and around. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to follow this Panzer 4J. I see he gets shot, but I don't really look. And I think, well, I should probably look around and sort that guy out. And derp. Oh god, that's so much fun. But I didn't destroy him, I just damaged him. I'm firing only high explosive here. Now he dropped artillery over here, so I wanted to get it the fuck out of there. But I'll run into the artillery anyway. Now, if I turn around and I take a hit, I can't believe I survived a hit from artillery. I'm like, holy shit. And then I look for him, I spot him, and I think he's dead. Yep, he's dead, so I'm not going to waste the shell. It's a 42-second reload. To give you an idea of the size of the shells, that's a shell. Well, that's one of the ammo racks. This thing only carries 12 shells in its turret. The rest are in the bottom, because they're just so big. They just can't fit it anywhere else. Has two loaders, presumably to be able to lift those gargantuan shells. Now I know there's a guy down here, so I'm going to try and derp him. And what I do is I actually hit the top of his ever so slightly sloped armor there. And now I'm reloading, I'm thinking I should really duck back. I'm used to faster loading guns, so I normally stick around to fire my next shot. I don't know what happened with that then, but yeah. So, still reloading. I've reloaded, or reloading. Going up to the end of my reload. And yeah, he's not really doing anything. Derp! Yep, he's gone. Now it's time to reload again. So it's full back. And now I'm on fire! Oh no! My crew's being burnt alive! Burnt alive! But the KV-2 gives no fucks. The KV-2 is a strong tank. So I'm still reloading, because KV-2. Now, I wanted to see this in all its glory. So I'm about to reload. It almost falls over. And then I burn up. in a second. But, yeah, there we go. Burn up. But I derped that other guy with this giant 152mm. So then I think, well, I'm enjoying this derping about in big guns, so I'm going to jump into my SU-122 again. And then I spot somebody. I'm just going to jump to player perspective. I spot somebody just over there. So I stop. I aim. Oh wait, no, I jump into a fighter, so I can protect our bomber. I think we had. Yeah, but then nobody joined on the enemy team, so I decide I'm going to go for an SP AAA or SPAA, self-propelled anti-aircraft. And I kill him. Okay, so back to the action with the SU. And then I spot someone just up ahead. Derp! And he's dead. Oh yeah! Now, time to reload. I think this is about 15 to 20 second reload, because it's 122mm. Hence the SU-122. Carries a derp gun of his own. Because Russia. You are not Russian if you do not have logs or derp gun. Now I get over here because I want to jump into my bomber that I have available. But then somebody else takes the spot while I'm waiting. So I look away from my screen briefly. But that's fine. I get a little bit annoyed that I lose that bomber run. But it was another bomber that took it over, so I wasn't too annoyed with it. I would have been very annoyed if it was an attacker instead of a bomber. The replay is buggy as hell today. So I'm trundling along. This thing can haul. It's going 20 miles per hour, and it does this quite happily, actually. I don't know what that Sherman was doing, to be honest. Now I want to get off this main road. So this thing doesn't have armor, really. I don't know why I turned to the side there. I must have wanted to go down that road. And I see him fighting somebody, so I'm thinking, well, I'm reloaded, and this thing swings about like crazy, but then I hit that, and oh, so gutted. He takes out a few of my crew, and I derp him in the face. There's something so satisfying about shooting a high explosive shell into the face of a light armored or a medium armored tank. It is just wonderful. Purely wonderful. So I'm reloading, and then I actually think I'd make a bit of a derp decision. But I'm reloading at the moment. I see him fighting somebody. There's no point in me going around that corner. Because, well, why would I? Until I've reloaded. Reloaded. And he's already dead, so that's a shame. Now I go to jump into a bomber here. So it looks pretty secure so far. What a mistake that was, though. And I really shouldn't have done that. So I'm in a German bomber with some huge bombs. Look at the size of those things. There's 4, but I only see 2 there. I know I'm diving fast because there are enemy fighters, but the enemy fighters decide that they're going to be in front of me and not bother. So I'm doing a bit of a wiggle. There goes the 4. I crash, and then watch the chat message. Two kills, oh yeah, and I lost my tank. That was gloriously fun. And then I decide to pick up my KV-1. And there's somebody right over there. And I shoot, I miss. I don't. Oh, I shot because I wanted to change ammo loadout, that's right. Because I carry a couple rounds of high explosive for squishy targets. So it was on high explosive, and I wanted to change shell type over to my armor-piercing ballistic capped shells. Now we're losing, so I'm trying to haul ass in this heavy Russian tank. This is the second KV1, it's the KVZIS or something like that. I can't quite remember. Let's go into my view of this while I'm playing. I took a hit because there's a guy right over there. I put a shell into him. And then I move because I'm reloading, I have time. I've reloaded. Fire. Critical hit him. That's why he's firing his coaxial. It's the only real thing he can do right now. I fire on the move because I want to get out of this area. And we've capped again. Flak Panzer was getting in my way. There's a Stug. There was a Stug until I nailed him. Artillery fire's going to come in. Narrowly missed me. And that one didn't from a Panzer 3L. And he ammo racked me. And that was it. Go into a hover cam. If I can. For some reason it won't let me. There we are. Now the hover cam breaks a little bit. So I don't know where we are. So we'll just look at this M4 Sherman driver. Because he's in the middle of the action. Until we win. Which is about now. Now I got best squad, anti-mech, and something else for that fight. But what a match that was. I thoroughly enjoyed playing that. It was so much fun. Best fun you can have with your pants on in the KV2. Now I'm gonna I'm curious. I'm curious. So I'm going to jump into the KV2 in test drive. Just so I can try something. Because you saw how it rocked when it was on its side. So I'm wondering if it's on a incline on its side. Will it, and I fire to the side, will it roll? Will it just roll over? So, oh, and just because it's fun. Oh, I missed. Overshot by far. Okay, let's go on this incline. Go up to this incline. Oh, change to high explosive. It does come with two different... it comes with 3 ammo choices, but you have to unlock the third one. The first is anti-concrete rounds. I think that this tank was designed as a bunker buster, but don't hold me to that, obviously. So, I think it was made just to, well, bunk busters. Bunkers, so... but I could be entirely wrong. Okay, now we're on an incline. And we've reloaded. Ooh, almost. Almost. But while we're reloading, I just want to show you guys how funny this tank is when it comes up against a lightly armoured tank. Like what, this Panzer II, I think it is? Yeah. Panzer IIc. Let's see what 152mm of high explosive shell does to a tank like the Panzer IIc. Everybody's dead. That's one tank dead now. And just for shites and giggles, that should hit. High explosive has a much further, it has a lower shell, velocity, or it's heavier. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but you have to aim higher when you're firing high explosive. Boom! Everything exploded. But that was my KV2 derping about with its 152mm. Bit of a short video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.